There are no secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome to Bridgeport Stadium in Harrisonburg, Virginia, home to the James Madison Dukes. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on last year's national champions, the James Madison Dukes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Dukes will kick it away to start us off. Looks like he's going to try to return it. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So Nebraska's offense will have the football first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off play action. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
One thing you know about this defense, they have got a pass rush. You cannot be predictable, especially when it comes to throwing the football. There is too much athleticism and length up front on this defensive line and in their front seven. And they register a sack early here on only the 2nd play of the game.
Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season.
Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Got enough for the first down. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. Tight end getting vertical. Good, solid tackle. The Cornhuskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires to the right. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. The Huskers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Grabs the screen around all kinds of defenders. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. And the Huskers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. 2nd and goal for the offense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So James Madison's offense has the ball for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front, because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, that can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. On the move. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. All right, guys, let's look big picture at James Madison. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number 1 on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough, so got to continue to play well within the conference.
So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They'll start this drive going to the air. Throwing right. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Hauls it in. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Witherspoon. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Cornhuskers getting set on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the big fella.
And a nice catch. Way to get your feet down, and your reward is 0 yards.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
On the snap, it's Slater. Breaks into the open. He's got the 1st down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked for the Wildcat.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Got the 1st down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Looking to throw, it's Ogden. Firing to the right, complete. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. He might want another play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. On the move. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He'll take it himself. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
This is a running back, man, that just finds a way to get it done. Critical 4th down. Everyone thinking they're going to throw the football, but they hand it off to him, and he helps keep this drive alive.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
They have been running ISOs in football since the beginning of time, right? They want to isolate that linebacker. A lot of times they're going to pull a guard. Great job by the defense seeing it, getting downhill, understanding where the ball's
turning it on. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, James Madison. Setting up for the extra point and the time. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. He's got him. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Huskers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, giving those receivers faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. They even things up the last time they had it. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Here's the handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking downfield. It's Ogden. He lofts one down the sideline. Spreads it inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st
the big strike down the field. I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
And the Dukes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback.
He's going for the goal line. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Pass interference.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Makes the quick grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
That is how you finish a play with some serious physicality. Nice job by the defense. He gets 1 yard, and you do the rest. You hit him, and you make him feel it. Next time he catches the football, he's like, hey, where's that dude at?
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And he's going to go down at the 1. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And the Huskers will line up to punt it away. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Slater. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the first down marker.
And after a successful run like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
The Dukes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll try the run. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. They'll immediately call timeout. And the Dukes will line it up on 1st and 10. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
The play action fake. Under fire. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Dukes! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be dragged down. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, you've had yourselves a great broadcast so far today in Harrisonburg. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's head back to the guys at Bridgeport Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Slater. They make the stop, but not before the change move, and the Wildcat formation pays off.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And a decent game there before the defense makes a stop.
And I'll tell you what, no secret on this drive. This offense, they're not trying to maintain balance. They're trying to line up and just dot you right in the eyes. 4 straight runs, get the first down, and really start to play physical.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. The Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
And the Dukes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. We've come to the break, and James Madison is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield, it's Ogden. It's complete to the left. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You've got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
The Dukes will try to put one on the board on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And I think the defense would be really happy with where they're at right now if they knew they had held their stud down to his little yards, but they're trailing. And this is the time where he's going to get the ball even more. So they got to be ready for him. It's going to him. He's a great back.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, James Madison. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the move from inside is 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a... Snatches it on the right. He's loose at the 20. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Husker!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Back to throw, it's Ogden. Fires to the wideout. Active hands from the defense force. Complete pass. And the Dukes will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at. There he goes. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. The Cornhuskers want to move quickly.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The Huskers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Back to pass. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Takes it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. They're in command of this this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And now on second down for this offense. The give to the back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Dukes are threatening in the red zone. On the run, it's Henderson. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. They'll send out the kicker here. This field goal try to make it a 3-score game late. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, James Madison.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Dukes! And they take it in for 6 more points. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense. Defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
To the air on second down. Lets it fly. He makes a catch. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Looking downfield on first down. And to get rid of it quickly. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and that receiver might have used a push-off to get free.
And the offensive player had to commit pass interference on that play. You saw the defender jump the throw. The defender was in position to make an interception, so the offensive player had to do something to break it up.
Snaps it in the shotgun. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
After the missed connection, it's third down for this offense. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they... down by so much here in the fourth.
At the 46-yard line. First down for the offense.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not, and that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.